Hi, it's Kat, that parenting coach. Let's talk about something every parent wrestles with: boundaries, right? Do they make me a mean parent? Do they crush my child's spirit? Am I actually doing harm if I don't set enough of them? Here's the truth: boundaries are not walls, boundaries are love. I know, right? Have you ever heard that before? No. Well, let's take a deep breath in and out, because every breath counts for us. Now let's look at the brain science perspective on this, okay? Children's brains are still wiring up their sense of safety and self-control. They don't come into this world knowing how to stop themselves from, overeating and eating all the cookies and staying up too late or running into the streets. That's not bad behavior. That's just basic brain development. And when we realize that our kiddos, their brains develop from the bottom up, survival brain, emotional, relational brain, thinking brain, then how can we really expect them to be able to do anything without the boundaries, right? Because when we set boundaries, we're actually acting as their prefrontal cortex. I used to always call it the external brain. You need to be their external brain. The wise owl part of the brain, the thinking brain, right? That's the part of the brain that says, hey, I know you want this, but what's safe and what's fair? Boundaries. Boundaries are able to tell the nervous system, you're safe, and someone's looking out for you. And then that can help the kiddo to just have a calm moment. So let's take a breath in and out. Because when you're calm, your kids are going to be calm. All right, so let's talk about like a really common struggle that we might have, okay? And parents often get stuck here. We either go too hard, because I said so, end of story, or we swing the other way, no rules, anything goes, because we don't want conflict. Like, let's be honest, right? And either one of them, either end of extremes, don't feel good for anyone involved. What kids actually need is balance. Firm boundaries plus the warm connection. And this is what I call connection before correction. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. So let's take a deep breath in and out. Every breath counts, my friends. So let's talk about some practical strategies. So how do we do this in real life? Especially when you haven't been setting boundaries, or they've been a little bit too rigid. Well, here are 3 things that you can try. Number 1, be clear. No harsh, nothing harsh. Instead of saying, stop being bad, you try, it's not safe to hit. I won't let you. Let's use words instead. I am not a punching bag. Clarity without shame. Number 2, hold the limit. Stay calm. Think mirror neurons. Kids will test boundaries. That's part of their job. That's how they learn. Our job is to stay steady. If bedtime is 8:30, then it's gotta be 8:30. Not with anger, but with calm consistency. On your part as well. It'll be very confusing for them if you let that go one day because something was happening, and you know what I mean? Number 3, offer choices within the boundary. This gives kids a sense of power while still holding the line. So for example, we're leaving the park in 5 minutes. Do you want to go down the slide one more time, or do you want to swing for 2 more minutes? Right? Which do you choose? Again, let's take a breath in and out. You got this. Parenting can be hard, but you don't have to do it alone. So, the takeaway from all of this: boundaries are not about controlling our kids. It's just about guiding them into safety, self-control, and trust. When kids know what to expect, they relax. Their nervous system calms. Right? So the next time you feel guilty for saying no, remember your child's brain is thanking you. Even though they may not be. Let's be real. Someone's got to be the external brain. I would love to hear in the comments what's one boundary in your home that feels really hard to hold. And let's share some ideas and support each other. And don't forget, if you made it this far into the video, hit subscribe, my friends. I offer a lot of brain science, real talk, and strategies to raise kids with calm and connection. Parenting can be hard, but you don't need to do it alone. You got this.